and welcome. Let me go ahead and ruin my lighting. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Best of 5. My name is Elon. I am joined here by my cohort, the main squeeze, Steve Ace King, Offsuit Jurek. Steve, how's it going?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
It's going.
Solid 8.
Oh, got me. Damn.
I gotta keep you on your toes, man.
Please do. Unfortunately, Sharpie couldn't join us tonight. She was too busy, going 0-2 in the tournament. I said it. Sorry.
Gotta put her on blast like that? Damn.
Well, look,
I thought we were all cool.
Here's the thing. She has a chance to defend herself. She sent us a video, so we will get to hear from Sharpie, and she will get to defend herself. So it's okay. Tonight on the show, we're going to talk about what happened last week. We're going to talk about what's not happening next week. We're going to talk about Melty. We're going to talk about Nick. We're going to talk about Smash. It's coming to an end. It's been, 30 years of Smash? It came out in 1999. It's over. It's crazy. We also have the mother of all block grabs. There's so much stuff we're blocking and grabbing today. And it's not going to know... You don't know how it's going to go. Steve thinks he knows how those block grabs are going to go, but he doesn't know how it's going to go.
I know how my blocks and grabs are going to go.
Yeah. You know how yours are going to go. You don't know what the people are going to say.
And if you want to be wrong, this is a free country. You're more than welcome to that opportunity.
We'll see. And we're going to talk about some other games that also exist with the latest installment of Quick Hits at the end of our show. First and foremost, I know we have this at the end of the show, but I just want to get it out of the way. We all saw Jabali posting on Twitter that he was in a pretty scary and horrific car crash. So on behalf of everybody here at Best of 5, we want to send Jabali our best wishes, a speedy recovery, and we're very, very happy that you're still with us and you get to run dope fighting game tournaments for us still. So big ups to you.
And he may have re-injured his arm today, reacting to one of the things we're going to block grab.
Oh, no. He's like the Smash guy who dislocated his shoulder. He did it. Oh, no.
Why do we have so many self-injuries in the FGC?
Look, we're getting old, man.
Oh, man.
All right. We also want to send the well wishes to John Guerrero, who is now married. So,
yeah. Velociraptor, former host, current husband to the show. He's married to the show now.
Current husband to the show. All right.
We wish you the best, John. It's fun, it's challenging, but it's worth it. Good luck to you and your not show wife.
That could have gone better.
That could have. Let's start this recap, shall we?
Yes, we shall, Steve. Where are we going
Moving
first?
Swiftly along to unrelated topics. Let's talk about Street Fighter. Because we have a couple of different competitions to talk about. Let's start with the CPT. They took their second visit to Central America West this weekend. This is Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, that region of the world. Kusanagi, one of the top Mexican players, got the win over Vicaron in the grand final. He is headed to Capcom Cup. Andy Enigma is also on the podium representing Costa Rica. You see some other strong players there. Doomsnake, Gamma, El Tigre, Nanolick, who is in the running for that top name of the week spot. But Kusanagi, congratulations to you. We will see you at Capcom Cup.
See you at the next tournament.
We also had the starting events of the Japanese Street Fighter League. The 2021 season got underway. Started with a couple of preseason events. The second one was one with points on the line, actually. Some of the players from each team got together, had a tournament. The top two finishers earned points for their squad. So Tokido, the captain of the Roto Z squad, He got the win over John Takeuchi. So Roto Z starts the season with 2 bonus points. John Takeuchi got 1 point for Detonation Gaming. And if we look at the next screen, because yesterday / today, depending on where in the world you are, we saw the first round, or the first half of the first round, of the Street Fighter League proper for Japan. Good 8 squad with a 4-0 victory over Gyogun, and Shinobiism and Mildom Beast playing to a 2-2 draw. Format is very similar to last year with a couple of slight tweaks. Each team has 4 players, but you've got 3. Each match is 3v3, so 1 team member sits out per match. There are no team bans. But the home team gets, or there are no character bans, excuse me. But there is a home and away side, and home gets first choice of character. So it will be a double round robin. So you'll play each other twice. Each team will have 1 game where they pick first, 1 game where they pick second. So good 8 squad, halfway through round 1. They are on top with 4 points. Mildom Beast, Shinobiism, drawing level 2 points apiece, along with Roto Z for Tokido's win. The other 4, you'll see the other 4 teams in action on Thursday. So, and we'll talk about that when we get to what to watch. Let's kick it over to Tekken, because the Tekken Online Challenge is rounding out. Hit the penultimate weekend this weekend with some events over in the eastern side of the world, the Eastern Hemisphere. Kicking things off with Philippines and East Asia. This was a very Philippines-heavy bracket. 7 of the top 8 finishers coming from the Philippines, including the top 4. AK gets the win. RGN and Jules rounding out the podium. Maru completing the top 4 sweep. T-Rex representing Hong Kong, the only non-Philippine player in top 8. Also want to throw a little nod to Sidestep Lance, who might be in the running for that best name of the week slot as well.
I like Gold Standard too. Gold Standard's a
Gold
good
Standard, one. Couple of good ones. We've also got some good ones in Oceania. This is Australia and New Zealand. This was the other Tekken Online Challenge Master event this past weekend. Yagami getting the win for Australia, holding off Natural in the grand final. Extrament is your 3rd place finisher. 500 milligram trend per
wins.
Week.
That one wins.
That's up there. Tying for 5th with Dion Gray, one of Australia's top players there. A Friendly Tree also making top 8.
Nice.
So we've got some good players, we've got some good names.
Okay, Steve, so what's the name of the week here? We have Sidestep Lance, Gold Standard, then 500 milligram trend per week, and A Friendly Tree. Who's the winner of the bestie name of the week?
Name of the week, I'm gonna have to go with Sidestep Lance.
Sidestep Lance.
On the condition that he got the name for some reason other than Tekken.
So he's just really good at avoiding puddles?
Yeah.
Not avoiding the puddle, but puddles.
Just puddles in general.
Yeah. Man, I gotta give it to A Friendly Tree. I was gonna give it to 500 milligram trend per week, which is a hilarious name, but A Friendly Tree. I'm down with A Friendly Tree. So congratulations to Sidestep Lance and A Friendly Tree for winning the bestie name of the week.
We've got one more event to cover, and that is the DBFZ online tournament series. They had their Japanese event this past weekend. Ikoan is your winner. He takes it over Kuzumatsu in the grand final. Pepe and Nekoze rounding out the top 4. You've got a couple of players you don't necessarily associate with the top results in Japan, but you do have some strong players in there as well. Aqua, who has made waves in a couple different games, making top 16 as well. So congratulations to everyone involved. If we we don't have a graphic for it, but we do have quite a list of events to watch for. You do have, in terms of Dragon Ball FighterZ, you've got Europe 3 this coming weekend, that online Tenkaichi matchup. You've got, as far as Tekken's concerned, the final weekend of online master events, and it's 2 of probably the most anticipated regions in action, Korea and Japan. So there's going to be some good-ass Tekken on display there. As far as Street Fighter V goes, you've got another Capcom Cup or a Capcom Pro Tour event. In addition to that, you've got the continuation of the Street Fighter League Japan, which will be on Thursdays and Tuesdays. And on Thursday night, you have the kickoff of the Street Fighter League US. So Thursday morning, Japanese Street Fighter League. Thursday night, US Street Fighter League. You've got options if you're looking for some Street Fighter V action.
Anything else?
We've got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to say that's it for the recap.
Okay, well, thank you for giving us both a look at what happened last week and what will happen this coming weekend. You know what's not happening in the near future? EVO. The showcase. The EVO showcase has been canceled, as per a statement over by EVO. So, Steve, you have more info on that?
I do. This came out earlier this week, unfortunately. If we take a look at the statement, they said, quote, "The goal of the EVO showcase is to bring together the best players from around the world in a live, in-person format. Due to the continuing complications of COVID-19 and the spread of the Delta variant, we have made the tough decision to cancel the EVO 2021 showcase. The players invited to participate in the EVO 2021 showcase represent many of the best fighters in the world. We're incredibly saddened to cancel the event. The EVO team will be contacting each player individually to recognize their efforts. We remain dedicated to EVO's mission of celebrating the FGC and will continue to work towards the return of the big live events that you expect from us." End quote.
So Sonic Fox got his wish. Doesn't have to travel to Vegas to play Guilty Gear. Got their wish. Sorry, got their wish. Apologies.
There are a couple people who were really not looking forward to it. Leffen particularly was not. He has not been a fan of EVO as a whole, so I don't think he's particularly heartbroken over this. But for a lot of players, you know, the one I think of right away is Triviality, who got second in Skullgirls North America, and he was just so excited. Like, as soon as he finished, like, going to EVO, yeah! Like there's a lot of genuine excitement around an event like this, and it sucks to lose it. It really does.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, again, it's the same old story, man. It's this pandemic, dude. It's one of those things where it sucks, but I feel like people are going to be in a much safer environment without this event. And I say that begrudging my own words because it really sucks that event's gone. Another person I really wanted to bring up was Hotashi. Hotashi, who won Guilty Gear Strive Evo. Super excited to go. And unfortunately won't get that chance. However, Also, I did want to. Speaking of, I'm glad I brought him up. I did want to say Hotachi recently announced that he's like moving full time to do content creation and playing. Thanks to Moist Esports for sponsoring them and their recent success bump since Evo Online happened. So big congrats to Hotachi for making their big move.
I think with a lot of these events, one of the common themes I saw when people were talking about this is, why is Evo canceling? We're seeing offline events both for traditional fighting games and other esports, as well as sports in general. We talked about how not Smash and Splash, but Riptide, they ran a very large offline event that included 2,000-3,000 players. The challenges you would imagine are much greater in a situation like that versus a situation where you're bringing in 32 players. However, you do have the thing you have to keep in mind is, we're talking about international travel. There are currently restrictions for people coming in from several parts of Europe, from China and other countries, although China, I don't believe, had any qualifiers for the Evo showcase, but certainly Europe did, certainly UK did. Those players, they would have to do something like quarantine for 14 days outside of those countries before coming to the US. That's not super feasible for a lot of players. Maybe those restrictions wouldn't be in place by the time November rolls around, but maybe they will. And maybe those restrictions will be in place for other countries. There's just so much up in the air right now still, even though things are starting to get to something that sort of feels like normal. It's still not there yet, and there are still very real, very difficult challenges to face for any sort of event like this.
Yeah, especially because adding in the international aspect of it is, much like you were saying, like it adds an entire new variable that can be so different depending on where someone's coming from or going to, right? So yeah, it's rough city.
Yeah. My big wonder is, what does this do for Evo going forward? Because this is now 3 straight events. Well, 4 if you include Evo Japan, which never got announced for 2021. But you have Evo Offline 2020, which got canceled due to the pandemic. Then you have Evo 2020 Online, which got canceled due to the allegations surrounding Mr. Wizard. You have, obviously, Evo Japan 2021, which never took place. Now you've got this offline Evo Showcase, which didn't happen. The only really real events you've seen under the Evo brand are, Evo Online, which to a lot of people, for better or for worse, fairly or unfairly, didn't really feel like Evo. And those Evo branded PlayStation tournaments in the run-up to it, which, again, fairly or unfairly, didn't really feel like they were attached to Evo in a significant way. It was just sort of a tournament with the Evo name slapped onto it. Mm-hmm. With all due respect to everyone who participated, it's a legit tournament. It's just maybe not necessarily the feeling of it. Yeah. So, assuming events, offline events come back in 2022, is that prestige still going to be there? Is that, a lot of Evo's success, in my opinion, has come from the fact that they're the biggest. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of people go there because it's the biggest event. It's the biggest event because a lot of people go there. There's always been that contingent of players and attendees who prefer other types of events, like a CEO, like a combo breaker, like an ECT or something like that, and wishing there was something else that was the big event. Do you think it's possible that, assuming all of these events come back, something maybe usurps Evo a little bit, or do you think it's still, it's almost a silly question to ask, honestly.
I mean, it's not, and here's why. This has been a topic that was going on even before the pandemic started, right? Where like there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, Combo Breaker is getting better than Evo. Oh, CEO is getting better than Evo, etc., etc." So it does feel like it's one of those things where because it's been so long. Wow, I need to fix that, huh? Thank you, DJ Cream, for the big resub, or for gifting 5 community subs. Sorry, big thank you. And everybody that just got a sub, go ahead and thank DJ Cream 13, who is the person who is behind Vortex Gallery. Big thank you for both Vortex Gallery and for the 5 gift subs, and congratulations on Vortex Gallery. We talked about it last week.
Yeah, 5 weekends of tournaments in a row. That's just an insane.
He said 1 sub for every schedule you did for them.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I appreciate it.
No, big thank you. But going back to our topic, well, first of all, DJ Green, thank you. We appreciate it. Getting back on track, just because we still have thoughts, because we're talking about the EVO Showcase getting canceled, and we moved the topic on to talking about where is EVO going to be standing after this whole thing is over. I feel like it's going to stay the same, and here's why. EVO, even now or more so now with the PlayStation and the Endeavor money, they have the ability to come back after this pandemic. There are, I'm assuming, a ridiculously large amount of tournaments that don't have that ability. Hell, even this past week, we heard from 2GG on Twitter. 2GG, Mainstay, Smash, Weekly, ran a bunch of stuff. Recently announced that they're done. They don't have the means to keep. They don't have the means to keep going anymore, and the pandemic is a part of the cause for that. And they're not, because they aren't sure when things are going to come back to normal. They decided to end all of their contribution to Smash. So Mega Smash Monday, which has been going on for as long as I've been around in the FGC. And they are refunding their final tournaments, and they're just kind of done. So I feel like they're 2GG, along with a bunch of other tournaments that we know and don't know about, don't have that ability of coming back. So with EVO's resources, I feel like EVO will be back, and I have a feeling it might feel like nothing changed for people who go back. It might feel exactly like it did before. Maybe it'll be a little bit different, right? But it might just be the same experience where it's, at the Mandalay Bay, it's going to be exactly like it was in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. So.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I feel that EVO will certainly still be the big deal for at least the foreseeable future. My question is, I feel like this is still going to be meaningful whenever the first event comes back, assuming it's going to be 2022, because that's still going to be the first event under the Sony umbrella. Mm-hmm. If that event doesn't go well, then I think you'll see some real momentum in terms of the community looking for something to be, that big event outside of EVO. And, Rick, who runs Combo Breakers, said many times that he doesn't want Combo Breaker to be EVO. I don't believe Jabali wants CEO to be EVO.
Yeah.
But, those are sort of things that you don't get to choose. The community chooses for you. If they decide to show up en masse, they are going to make that decision for you. I don't think it's going to happen in 2022. But if you do have significant issues, or if there's a significant disconnect between what they offer out of their event and what the community wants to see in that event, then I think there's the opportunity for another event, whether they necessarily want to or not, to fill that void.
Yeah, well, and the other thing too is, let's look at it from the opposite side of the coin here. Instead of looking at it the community, let's look at it from a business side of things. If Evo doesn't go well, Sony and Endeavor, they can very well decide to not do it anymore. That's a possibility as well now too. So it's one of those things where, again, this whole pandemic has kind of turned everything upside down. So what's going to happen? Who knows? Only the cards can tell. Let's go to a fortune teller.
I get what you're going for.
Yeah,
kind of.
Let's get some tarot readings.
Yeah, the one part of that statement though that kind of jumps out at me, aside from the possible fallout that we've been discussing, is them reaching out to recognize players individually. Does that include a little financial recognition? Because, the big thing with this event was, between all the games, you're looking at $125,000 prize pool that was supposed to be divvied up. Mm-hmm. Are they going to, give everybody some prizes? Here's a consolation prize for qualifying for this event that is not going to happen. Who knows? I'll try and reach out to some of those players and see.
Here's the other thing too. Sorry to interrupt, but here's the other thing too, is they won a prize package of a flight. Like, it's in that player contract. So they are owed money in one way or another, right? Whether it be a flight or whether it be the cost of a flight. Because it's in that contract agreement, if I'm not mistaken. Although I'm sure there's a clause about the tournament getting canceled and nobody gets anything because, lawyers.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the Evo rules page, and as of right now, the rules links are down.
Oh, okay, great.
The general rules and the competitive rules are both down.
Oh,
they both return 404 errors. There's no way to pull it up from the Evo main page.
Oh boy, they got us again. They can't offer prize packages to anybody under the age of 56. Damn it. We're too young.
Man.
Wow. Wait. Are the rule sites down because they were part of the Shoryuken website? Because it was evo.srk.com, right? Or srk.evo.com or something like that?
No, it's evo.gg.
Oh, evo.gg, okay.
Yeah, and the main page is still up, but if you pull up the menu, you've got the start page, events, which links to nothing, and news, which links to list of news, including the statement on the showcase.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but
so
yeah.
I guess we'll never know what was in those rules. Maybe I remember we pulled it up on our show. Maybe we need to go back and search at a later day. But sneaky, these guys, huh? Let's talk about new stuff. Let's get out of this dreary, sad world that we live in and get into the fantasy that is video games. This past week, including today, both Melty Blood Type Lumina and Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl are now out into the wild. I got a significant amount of time in Melty Blood Type Lumina, and I've been playing Nick All Stars Brawl all day today. I hope somebody can beat my Ren and Stimpy, because nobody has been able to yet. And one game came under a little bit of heat because the launch did not go so well. Can you guess which one of the two games had a rough launch?
I might melt under the pressure of trying to figure that out.
My blood is boiling for it.
We tried.
Yeah.
We tried.
Melty Blood had a big ol' issue with the Steam release where anytime you loaded up an online game, if you clicked ranked, it would search rank, and then when it found a ranked match, the game would crash. So you think, oh, that's okay. I guess I'll go to a lobby. You go to a lobby, as soon as you click join lobby, the game crashes. So the first day of Melty Blood Type Lumina, no online play on Steam. Everybody was playing on the PlayStations, and all the PC players had paid $50 for nothing. Well, for a game with no online. It is fixed now, and people are able to play. But man, I gotta tell you, for me, who bought the game, I went to training mode for all of like 5 minutes to learn the maids, and then I went to go play ranked because that's how I learn. That's a frustrating bit of news to experience after I paid, essentially like over a week's worth of money on a video game and finding out it doesn't work. Boy, it had me heated. A couple other bits of controversy with Melty Blood Type Lumina is there's a lot of auto combos in the game, and a lot of people's first instinct is, oh, auto combos, I hate this. So with that said, though, it does feel like the game itself is deep and is great, even with the inclusion of those auto combos. I think it's just going to take people a little bit of time to get used to it, and to not fall into the habit of mashing buttons like I do, and then accidentally getting auto combos.
I haven't had an opportunity to dive into Melty yet. How does the damage on those auto combos compare to any combo you do manually?
I have not tried this myself. However, I was watching L.I. Joe's stream, and he said, I did not see this myself, he said they tested it out, and the auto combo does less damage than a full-on combo. And it's called Rapid Beat, I think.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. It's a trade-off. If you want to have that experience where, you give up guaranteed damage to try and get more out of it and run the risk of a missed input, you know what? I'm fine with it. It to me, that doesn't feel like as big of a make or break situation as some would make it out to be.
Yeah, I think the big issue is it adds a layer of execution for those of us who shy away from the auto combos, right? Because if you get a wrong input, it's going to go into that auto combo and it's going to ruin everything. So I think that's kind of the frustration. But again, that's one of those things where the more time we have with the game, people are going to be more comfortable with it and it'll be fine. Some people are sad you can't turn them on or off like you could with Marvel Infinite, which there's a part of me that does agree with that. Like, it would be cool if you could just turn those off. However, I'm not too hurt about it, But yeah, I think the games are going to be okay. One thing I do want to bring up is we saw a tweet by Majin Obama, and I really wanted to bring this up because I responded to it, and I got a very good response, right? Where Obama, let me go ahead and pull it up so I don't misquote the man. Obama had said something along the lines of, and I quote, "Whether you play Street Fighter, Tekken, or whatever, you should be celebrating the initial launch success of Strive and Melty Blood this year. If these IPs could perform the way they did this year, imagine how strong of an opportunity the next Street Fighter or Tekken have if the package is right." I think that's a perfectly great thought to put out in the world. I even responded to myself. I said, rising tide raises all ships, right? Because that's truly the way it is. However, I saw some answers in that thread that had me a little worried. I'm not going to lie. And I think it might just be one of those examples of the vocal minority or people who aren't necessarily in the fighting game community who wound up finding this thread and just throwing out their opinion. That like kind of had me worried a little bit for a while. But after I thought about it for a while, I was like, whatever. We do what we can. And the people who want to shoot down other games, they can just, go do that in their own corner of the world or whatever.
See, I think there is some of that, but there's also the element where I feel like there's pressure on some people to Yeah, if you don't love every game in the FGC, then you're not really part of the FGC. Like there are some people who all they care about is Tekken, and that's perfectly fine. There are some
Mm-hmm.
people who only want to play Street Fighter. There are some people who only want to play Smash or only platform fighters. And you know what? That's fine. You're not less of a gamer because you don't like Melty. You're not less of a gamer because you don't like Yatagarasu.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel there's a little bit of that. But, yeah, if there's interest in fighting games, if interest in fighting games grow, then you do have more opportunities for Street Fighter to come in and grow their audience. Like, hey, if you like this King of Fighters thing, maybe you'll like the Street Fighter thing because they had games to get with this with shared cast characters a while ago. Maybe you'll like that old game too. It does feel like the heart of what Obama was saying. I agree with. But I don't necessarily think it's a situation where everyone who disagrees with him on that is in the wrong, or at least for, one particular reason.
Here's why I disagree with your sentiment on that. At the end of the day, we're all part of the fighting game community, right? We all like fighting games, whether you like only Street Fighter, whether you like Street Fighter and Tekken, whether you only like Tekken, whether you only whatever. If you only like one game or if you like multiple games, doesn't matter. We're all part of this community together, right? We all have gone to Evo. If not, we've all watched Evo, right? We're interested in tournaments. We're interested in getting better. We're interested in playing video games. When one game does well, nothing bad happens to the entirety of the FGC if one game does well. Only good things happen if one game does well. If multiple games do well, only good things happen to the FGC. Here's an example. Here's a great example. Guilty Gear Strive added rollback to great success. My thought is, since other developers saw how well received rollback was on Guilty Gear Strive, they've now started implementing it in their games. Melty Blood has it. King of Fighters 15 is going to have it. Nickelodeon All Star Brawl has it. It's going to put a pressure on all other developers to really think about other aspects of their game when they see something being received so well. Right? So if it wasn't for the success of Guilty Gear Strive and the big uproar about how great the rollback netcode was, we wouldn't have half of these games have rollback today.
Well, there is also that whole we got shut off from offline events for a year and a half, so we were forced to play online, and all of a sudden, if online connection isn't great, we can't really say, oh, well, online doesn't matter anyway, see me offline. We can't say that anymore. Mm-hmm. So I think that's more of the driving force behind, because that's what got them to implement rollback into Strive.
Sure.
It wasn't because another game was successful. It's because, oh yeah, we all got to play online, so I guess online play is kind of important now. But let me counterpoint your follow the leader example. Season passes, microtransactions. Mm-hmm. If you saw some games do that well, and all of a sudden every game has a season pass. Every game has a slew of characters that they plan to add to the game, but they don't but they want to sell you later on, not necessarily put in the base roster. Mm-hmm. So not every instance of follow the leader is going to be good for the FGC. I know those are kind of extreme examples, but
here's the thing too.
I just want to throw that out there.
With the I totally agree. Microtransactions sucks, and the looking at games as a service thing I think does kind of suck in a sense because it's a lot of money to put into a game, right? With that said, though, that ensures that these games get continued development, right? Because more characters are made, more balances are made. Like if you look at Tekken 7, I have a feeling Tekken 7 would not have lasted this long if it wasn't for season passes and continued development. Same thing with Street Fighter 5. Same thing with Dragon Ball FighterZ. right? It sucks that they're like kind of like doing the hamster water bottle thing and like making you pay to take a sip every time for a new character, but it's given these games some longevity that it hasn't in a long time. So I guess each argument has its ups and downs, but it's one of those things where I don't see one game doing well being negative for the FGC. Even if it's a game you don't like, be happy that it's doing well because it's more people in our community, and more people means more better things. In most cases.
In most cases, sure.
Yeah.
There was another game that came out today, wasn't there?
Yes, Nickelodeon All Stars Battle Royale. Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl came out today. Perfect. I had no issues. I purchased the game for $40. I got in, played some training mode, went online, played some matches. The only issue is one of the stages is causing some issues online. But online play works great. Offline play works great. It feels like it's a game that's doing everything right. The only thing that really sucks is after playing it for a while, I got really tired of hearing these background musics and no character voices. But that's one of those things where I can just mute the game and put on music I want to listen to.
I come at it from a slightly different perspective because I am not by trade a platform fighter player.
Yeah, me neither.
So when I got in there, it felt like there wasn't a ton to do outside of playing. When you look at something like Smash, you've got stuff like the Subspace Emissary, you've got Home Run Contest, you've got a plethora of modes that you can do aside from playing online or playing offline. This game, the gameplay itself, great. And for a lot of people, that's all that matters. But it does feel a little bare bones, especially when you throw in the lack of character voices, especially when you throw in the music, and especially when you compare it to another platform fighter that had some info come out today, and the amount of care and the amount of love for the source material just shines through in every single moment of what you saw on that presentation today. It's quite a stark contrast, in all honesty. I really want this game to be successful because I love so many of those characters. I'm just worried that it's a very similar situation to the launch of Street Fighter V. Not so much in terms of thoughts on the gameplay itself, but in terms of thoughts on what else is there outside the gameplay.
Sure. Let me counterpoint this with a couple of points. First, because of the type of game developer this is, and because of the type of money that they have, they did not promise lots of things to come out, right? They showed you exactly what the game is. They said what was going to be in it. And, the fact that they kind of brought back Tekken volleyball, I'm a fan. But you can see the love and care that they put into this game, not necessarily by... you can see it by the... Like, what's the term? Like, the representation of each character's source material in the game, right? Even though it doesn't have the voices, even though it doesn't have the songs and the sounds and everything, there is a lot that is very, very tailored to each one of those characters. Unfortunately, it takes a little bit of diving into to look, or a little bit of looking into. You have to do a little bit of digging to find it. Each character move is named after like a really important moment in each cartoon, right? Like, for example, Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, they have a move called Stimpy You Idiot, and it's Ren just choking Stimpy out. It's hilarious. It's exactly like the cartoon. You have Patrick slamming the phone saying, no, this is Patrick, not the Krusty Krab. You have SpongeBob having the karate chop hands, and you have SpongeBob doing the rainbow thing. You have Sandy Cheeks. You have all of these characters doing all these crazy things that all are very faithful to their original source material. And on top of that, you can tell that they really thought this gameplay out. I hate to go back to the gameplay part of it, but it's one of those things where you can tell that they really cared about it because of the way the gameplay works. They thought through everything, and they tried their damnedest with what they had. So the fact that they don't have... actually, they also have an arcade mode, which is more than Street Fighter V had. I hate to talk crap on Street Fighter, but they do have an arcade mode. Just want to point that out. But yeah, the fact that they don't have all of these bells and whistles, and it's mostly all just tied down to the game... I think in itself, that's a really good show of the care that they took into it, because they did the most of what they could with what they had, and they didn't have a lot, it seems. So,
yeah, and I'm with you on that. But like I said, I've said this a couple times. This game isn't necessarily being sold as a platform fighter, first and foremost. It's being sold as a nostalgia bomb that just happens to be a platform fighter. The team behind this game is the team behind Slap City. Their bona fides are there. The gameplay, like I said, is rock solid. Mm-hmm. But I feel like so much of the success of this game depends on grabbing that extra audience that aren't necessarily Smash fans as much as they are Nickelodeon fans. Mm-hmm. And that's where my worry comes in.
I think it's all there. It unfortunately, because of the way things are, while it is all there, it does take some searching to find it. Right. And fortunately and unfortunately, like, all it takes is playing the game. Because as soon as you start playing the game, like as soon as I started playing Invader Zim, he throws out Gur. And it's like, whoa, I'm sold. Gur's in here. He has a gnome. He's got the spider arms. He's great. Powdered Toast Man does the thing. He shoots out little, what's it called? Like the dust thing, right? Like you have the Avatar people, and they do all the Avatar things, and, you know, they even have a couple of Avatar stages on there that look really good. So, I think our ticker just broke. Sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, while I'm getting this set up, Steve, do you have any final thoughts on all this shenanigans?
I want to get into these characters. I want to get into some blocking and some grabbing, because I promised some history in our Discord, and I want to deliver on that history.
Steve, chat, get ready. It's time for a block grab. Block grab.
Block grab.
All right, Steve, we have a doozy for today.
We've got a lot.
Let's
like it's nothing but bangers this week.
Let's start with, I'm just gonna go down the list I have here. Let's start with this.
Is that all you got in you? All this time you belittled us. Now you realize.
Isla. Jet Grind Radio.
KOF 15.
All right, Steve. Isla is her name. Block or grab. Chat, I'm coming to you next.
Remember what someone said about Melty characters having no drip?
Mm-hmm.
Isla has drip. Isla is drip. That is a grab.
Nice. Chat. Block or grab. I see 2 grabs. Lee Dragon agreeing with me that she's the better Shunei. I totally agree. Blue says block because I don't care about her design or KOF. Are you serious? Have you never played Jet Grind Radio? That's a Jet Grind Radio character if I've ever seen one. I'm grabbing the hell out of that because that was awesome. I almost exited out of our streaming software. That was scary.
That would have been disastrous. If you are in chat and you are subscribed, you can hit us with BOV block and BOV grab. You've got those emotes available to you.
And if you and if you're not subscribed, you can use yay or nay, the Twitch emotes for voting.
Or you could subscribe to us.
Or you could subscribe to us. If you have Amazon Prime, do you know that you can get a free subscription? You might as well use it here if you didn't know about that, because you're going to forget about it. So give us the money. If you don't, nobody gets it, and it's just wasted on nothing. Thanks. Steve, you ready for our next block grab? Oh, by the way, this was an overwhelming grab to one block on the chat. So this is a grab all around per majority decision. Are you ready for our next trailer, Steve?
Let's do it.
Oh boy.
Can't have KOF without K-Dizzle.
Chat, get ready. Type in those blocks, grabs, yays or nays. Steve, block or grab on K-Dash. K-Dizzle, as it were.
K-Dizzle for shizzle. That's a grab. You can't block K-Dash. You just can't.
Too good. Too good of mix-ups. Yeah, I'm a grab as well. Chat, block or grab. I'm just seeing grabs everywhere. Even Blue, who says he hates KOF, and everyone who likes KOF grabs. I'm kidding. I'm putting words in their mouth. Lots of grabs all around. So congratulations to K-Dash for the overwhelming grabs all around. Now, before Melty Blood came out, there was one announcement of a Melty Blood character, and it was a big one. Let's check it out. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This lady is from Fate?
Yeah.
Like one of them Fate animes? I think I actually watched this.
It feels like this is a big deal. Yes, there is some history between the Melty series and the Fate series. So it's not completely out of left field. But having Saber in the game feels like a statement of intent. It feels like it's a big deal. Trademark. You know, it's not just, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. This is a serious series in terms of attention now. And I don't necessarily mean like this is the moment that made it, but it feels like this wouldn't have happened in current code or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to grab, not Shauna, but I'm still grabbing.
Okay. I'm going to block because fighting this character sucks. She's difficult. I'm kidding. No, I'll grab. I surprisingly, I'm not much of an anime person, but I did watch that one series of Fate, whatever. So super surprising, right? Like, I don't think anybody expected somebody from... and my assumption is that the Fate series is, like, super big. Everybody loves it or something. So... super unexpected. Everybody seems happy when she got announced, so I guess I'll grab just because people are happy. You feel me?
As you should.
Yeah, chat, block, or grab. I see a block and a grab, so we'll call it even. But is this as big as a Grand Blue fighting game? Like, is it like that much of a? Is the Fate series that much of a draw? Is it that popular?
Well, I think Grand Blue is, right now, a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. And I still don't know how grand a blue has to be in order for it to qualify as a Grand Blue. Mm-hmm. But so maybe I'm not the person to ask.
Okay. It seems like the chat's pretty split up. Lots of blocks and grabs all around. So let's move on to our next character trailer. Oops, sorry, hold on. There we go. I wish you guys could see how giddy Steve is right now. Aang from Avatar is now in Nick All Stars Brawl. Steve, blocker grab.
Grab, 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 grab.
All right. Maybe I'll get a watch for the next couple. Way to blow out the mic there, Steve. I'm seeing a couple grabs in the chat.
Remember back in the old days, the 09 days where if something hype happened on tournament, the commentator mics would blow out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was
basically that. Yep. I'm bringing it back.
Okay.
But that is the easiest grab in the history of block grab. Easiest.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it seems lots of people are grabbing. When are you going to cosplay as Aang? Somebody's asking in the chat.
I'm going to have to find the clip. If you go through our most popular clips, you'll find one from a few years ago where Halloween, I actually, the Halloween episode where I was Aang.
Yeah, I remember. It was good too. All right. It seems everybody's grabbing. I'm going to block.
Why would you do that?
Look, I get it. Avatar is important to a lot of people. It's not important to me, dang it. I missed the boat on it, and that's fine. However, I wish these spots would have been used for something better. Like, give me a Dancing Lobster. Give me a Drake and Josh. Give me Action Team Now. Give me Meltman. Right? Give me a Keenan from all that. Literally anything. Feel like these are wasted spots. Anyway, let's get to the next one. Because it's just going to get worse from here. Oh, wait. Hold on. I chose the wrong one again. What you waiting for? Get ready, get ready. Wait. Steve?
Yes.
Block grab.
Grab, 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 grab.
Alrighty.
Grab.
Oh, okay. I missed that one. Damn it. I had your mic turned down for all of that, so it didn't blow out again. Okay, that's a.
Why you gotta mess with me like that?
All right, chat blocker grab. I see. Let's see. I see a couple grabs.
I better not see no blocks. This is the easiest grab in the history of block grab.
I'm with Shayon on this one. Block. Again, give me, like, where's the rest of the Ninja Turtles? Why is it gotta be Avatar? Where's the rest of the Ninja Turtles? Where's Master Splinter? Where's Shredder? Huh?
Alon.
Where's Gur? Give me a Gur character. I feel like that would have been way better than Avatar characters.
Alon.
Anywho, we don't have a trailer for this last one, but here is the last one.
Grab.
Korra's also in the game.
Grab, grab, grab. Easiest grab in the history of block grab. Easiest grab. All you gotta do is say grab, and you have the correct answer.
Block. I'm serious. Like, man, where's Rocco's Modern Life? You know? Where's Arnold? There's a Hey Arnold character in this game. It's Helga Pataki, but where's Arnold?
Arnold's a lover, not a fighter. Dude,
I don't like it. Dude. Give me a give me Will Smith from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something.
Fresh Prince.
It was on Nick at Night.
Alon.
It was on Nick at Night.
Alon,
It was on Nick at Night.
Alon, I
It was
need
on Nick at
you.
Night.
I need you to look at the camera. I need you to look at my monitor.
Look, Steve, we can all be wrong, and unfortunately, you're the one that's wrong this week. Sorry.
That's not the case. That's you are incorrect.
Nope.
You are factually wrong.
Oh, Golden Girls was in Nick at Night too. Where's Betty White? Give me a Betty White. Literally anything other than Avatar, please. All right. Lastly, and we're gonna go into in depth with this one a little bit after we do the block grab. Actually, you know what? Before we do a block grab on these. I even forgot to put up the fact that we are on a block grab. We have some words from Sharpie. Sharpie unfortunately couldn't be with us today because she was participating in the Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl Invitational, and where she went 0-2 again. And let's see what she has to say. So Sharpie, the floor is yours.
I thought that I could win that. Really free. It was all lined up so perfectly. CLG, Panda, Moist too, dude. None of them will sponsor me because I just went 0-2.
When Sharpie tried to play that very last game, her opponents totally put her to shame. And now she'll always be that one girl who lost because of...
It was the lag, dude. It was the mother freaking lag. I played perfectly. I didn't drop a single thing.
You playing very terrible.
What do you mean?
Like,
dude,
very
it was the
terribly?
netcode. Were you watching the same game as me? I know it was the same
I
game. I played
take a little
Sora.
bit of
I was
responsi-
fine.
Okay.
Bro, it was the netcode.
Now
Shut
you
up.
got it.
You
You
don't
got
know
it.
nothing.
All
That's
you.
why I'm
All
the
you.
streamer, dude. I'm the
All you.
streamer and I know what I did. GG.
Thank you, Sharpie. That was really good.
I like the fact that she said the full F word and then instantly went for the softened F word. Mwah. Mwah.
That was good. Also, I don't know.
Sharpie gets a chef's kiss. You don't get a chef's kiss.
That's fine.
your wrong opinions.
Look, you can be wrong all you want, Steve. It's fine. But I do want to point this out. Sharpie had this ready to go for her stream today before she even played.
That's like, it's sort of like when you print out the t-shirts that say Super Bowl champions, but in reverse. We were this close to some content creator elsewhere in the world finding out that Sharpie went 0-2 when we get the video where she went 1-2.
Yep. It's okay. It's okay. I'm still super proud of Sharpie, man. I think that was a super cool opportunity, and I think she did very well. So, big ups to Sharpie. She is now resting, so everyone send her a spirit bomb to give her some energy, will you? All right, let's finish up this block grab. Today, also this morning, we had the last ever Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct. And Steve, I gotta tell you, I was not expecting this, but started watching it, and it was like it hit me halfway through it. I was like, wow, Smash is over. It started in 1999, and Masahiro Sakurai said goodbye. And I got emotional. I got emotional. I shed a tear or two or five.
It's done for now. This is not goodbye. This is see you later.
Well, look, here's the thing. It's up to Masahiro Sakurai, right? I'm sure Nintendo is going to want him to do more for money reasons, but I kind of hope he gets what he wants, whether this is his goodbye or not. But man, even just thinking about Smash Bros. Ultimate, it got announced in what, 2017, 2018? So it's been, what, like 3-4 years now? And imagine and that's just on the Switch. Where Smash Brothers 4, which is very closely related to the one on the Switch, came out, what, like 2016, 2015? So, man, it is a very long time for a game to be around. And I gotta tell you, man, like, yeah, and you were saying this before, where, like, you can tell that they put so much care and so much love into all that they do for this game. And not only for the game, but also to take care of the subject material that they got. It was crazy.
And we saw that not just for the character, but for the costumes, which we should probably look at first before we get into.
Yeah, let's go ahead and block grab. First, we're going to go in order that they showed. Because as soon as they started the thing, Sakurai goes, hey, here's the me costumes. So here they are.
More love for Splatoon.
I got to tell you. Not loving this one. We got to do these ones quick because we're getting close to the end of the show. Block or grab, Steve? On Octoling.
I'm going to block because, I don't want to wear a squid on my head. I just don't.
I'm blocking because I kind of don't know who this is nor really care. Chat, block or grab, let me know. Yeah, block. Next. Cat Hat. Also from Splatoon. Block or grab, Steve?
That is a grab. That is a grab. Look at that. Look at the kitty. Don't you just want to pet the kitty? I want to pet the kitty.
I'm going to grab too just because it's a cat and the music's hilarious. Oh, look at it. There he is back there. On top of the crate. That's him. I kind of wish it was his own character, to be honest. But you know what? We'll take what we can get here. So I'm going to grab on this one because this one is funny. Chat, block or grab. Everybody's blocking. Oh my God, Steve. I genuinely can't believe this is a thing. This is so crazy.
Is so bizarre to me. But it's
he
a
looks
thing.
so good. Look at that. He's about to like murder the crap out of Mario. Oh my God.
My heart is about 20% happy to see Doomslayer in Smash to fight, and 80% happy for Doomslayer and Isabelle to finally be together and have the happily ever after that they were promised so long ago.
I forgot about that. Yeah, they came out on the same day, Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal. That's right.
Let their love be eternal. That is a grab.
Man, yeah, that's a big grab. Everybody immediately said grab. I loved watching people's reactions to this today because that was huge. That was crazy. Big ups to Smash for getting that. Speaking of big ups to Smash for somehow getting characters into their game, let's take a look at our last piece for block grab today, shall we? I love that this started exactly in the same spot that the first announcement of Smash Ultimate started.
This is such a beautiful trailer. What in the world is he throwing? Is it a boomerang?
Oh, it's Mickey. Who'd have thunk?
No, it's a Keyblade.
They did. I can't believe they did it. I still have a heart. Wait, was that it? Oh, you didn't get the full trailer. That's fine.
Well, that was the full. Well, whatever.
They had gameplay on the rest of the trailer, Steve. But that's okay. So Sora from Kingdom Hearts finally makes it into Smash, and they in the direct said that 6 years ago when they were doing a survey for Smash 4 on 3DS and Wii U, he was the most popular character in that survey, and they've been trying to get him since. So this has been 6 years in the making, and they finally got this jerk in here. I can't even fathom like what the talks have been like with Disney and with Square Enix to get him in there. But one thing that is very interesting, and you can tell that they must have worked with a lot of red tape in Disney's end because there are no Disney characters at all The only reference to Disney is that little keychain in the Keyblade.
Which
Everything
is,
else,
the logo for the entire company.
yeah.
So,
But like everything else, it's the stage is Hollow Bastion, which is an original stage. It's the final stage of Kingdom Hearts 1. I played Kingdom Hearts 1. I thought it was cool. So like this wasn't like oh my god, this character is in. I'm so happy. But like everybody else is really happy, and I know this is something that like must have been really tough to get. So it's super surprising and super. I think it's an amazing character to go out on, and what a hell of a way to announce it. But one of the things that I did want to mention is on his final smash, he puts people in the door, and then the door blows up. However, instead of having the Mickey Mouse sign, they have a smash sign on the door. In the Hollow Bastion stage, they also show a bunch of the stained glass art that was in Kingdom Hearts 1, and in the original, they had all the Disney princesses on them. On this one, they replaced them all with Final Fantasy characters. So you could tell that they worked a lot and changed a lot to get this guy in here. And man, big ups to Nintendo, because that seemed like it was going to be impossible, but they somehow managed to do it. It's unbelievable. Big grab. I'm not a big fan of Kingdom Hearts, but big grab for me. That's amazing.
grab. My favorite part of this is there's this video made by 64 bits, which is like an animated version of the
Kingdom Hearts characters, not Final Fantasy characters. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Rhythm Heaven, like the final stage, but they remade it all with Smash characters. And there's this one where they're accepting real characters and rejecting fake characters. And since that video came out, like 5 or 6 of the rejected characters actually got put in the game, either through, being actual characters or through Mii costumes, which is insane.
Yeah.
So,
man,
easy grab.
Yeah, I feel
not
like
as
nobody
easy
can
as Aang,
disagree. Here's the thing. It's like even if you hate Kingdom Hearts, even if you despise that series, it's not for you. You can still understand how much of an undertaking it must have been to get this character in. So even people who are upset that that's the last character, I think they can be happy for the fact that it happened. And something I do want to say, since Smash is coming to a close, I have Smash Ultimate. I played a bit of it. I had my fun with it, right? I think Smash is like a super unique game in the sense that it's a history book in and of itself. Like, Smash alone is, I think, such an important part of video games and video game history because it puts everything as much as it can into one place, right? Like, you have Pac-Man and Doom Guy and Sora alongside freaking Mr. Game & Watch over there. Like, it's crazy. And like, I saw Sora, like, when they were doing the gameplay demonstrations, I saw Sora, like, grabbing Solid Snake, and it's like, what in the world is in here? And it's just such a great historical catalog for where games were and where they are now. I think it's something that's really important. And like I said, I got really emotional when they were going over like how it's the end and all that. I was even expecting like one of those like Thanos endings, like the secret ending in the end, but nothing. So yeah, like it's wild, man. It's such a good catalog for game history, and I think it's so important to see like where we came from and where we are.
Well said.
But yeah. Any more thoughts on Smash and or this block grab, Steve?
We should probably move to quick hits because we've got just a couple minutes left, and we've still got a few things to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about new games that are coming out soon. Wait, are they coming out soon or are they out?
They are coming out soon.
Okay.
2 games got announced during the KOF presentation, or alongside the KOF presentation. This one is the Neo Geo Pocket Color Selection Volume 1. So this includes a whole bunch of SNK titles. Gals FighterZ is in there. Sam Show 2 Pocket Color is in there. Quite a bit in there. There was also an announcement in the other trailer of KOF.
I'll skip to the next trailer.
Thank you.
It's in that Neo Geo Pocket Collection.
Yeah.
Oh. We know what this is.
SVC Match of the Millennium is also coming to Steam.
Is this the first time we've seen a release of an SVC game in the last decade?
Standalone at least. But yeah, I the fact that they're working with Capcom on some level to make this happen is awesome to see. You know, it's that forbidden door being broken. It's not just wrestling where it's happening.
Crazy. That's wild. Here's hoping that this bodes well for SVC in general. Oh, geez, Steve, I'm sorry. I forgot one thing for Blocker Grab. Let's go back to Blocker Grab real quick. Steve, one thing that was announced this past weekend. It's a huge change. We're going to do a Blocker Grab on it. Bandai Namco now has a new logo. Steve, Block Grab.
Oh my goodness. Not everything has to look like an app. Please stop doing this. But this is going to be the Bandai Namco logo starting next year. It is the speech bubble, they said, is reminiscent of speech in manga, which has taken over the world. They also did say it looks good on in all sizes. I.e., we want it to look like an app logo. Block.
Yeah. Man, I love the Bandai. I love the Bandai Namco logo because it's got such a cool nod to the Namco logo with the spaceship in the back there. So it's so weird seeing it lose all that identity. So yeah, I'm gonna block too. I feel like everybody else is blocking. So back to the drawing board you go, Bandai Namco. Sorry. Okay. Next, Steve. Last thing before we go on the last bit of quick hits. KOF 98 UM is getting a rollback beta.
Yep, this was announced during the KOF presentation, which honestly I feel like we should get into that next week because I want to give it the attention it deserves. Mm-hmm. They talked a lot about, they showed off a lot of gameplay for KOF 15, talked about some of the mechanics in there, and there are things that are really interesting that I want to talk about. But during that presentation, they did announce that there would be a rollback beta coming this winter for KOF 98 Ultimate Match. The rollback update will hit in the winter. There is a beta to test that rollback, which will happen at a later point this year. Details were not announced, but once again, after the news of KOF 2002 getting a rollback patch, now we're seeing more and more classic games where you don't necessarily have to go to Fightcade in order to have a good online experience now.
Here's hoping. But yeah, and again, I think if it wasn't for the success of rollback with a couple of the big games in the FGC, we wouldn't be seeing this. So here we are, rollback city, baby. And we're getting the older games getting rollback too, which I think is super important. Again, it's like you know, it's like I was talking about Smash. It's like keeping that history alive, man, and making sure we're bringing all that fun stuff from the past into the future as much as we can. So, Steve, we finally made it. That was the longest block grab, I think, on the history of this show. Speaking of histories. But we've made it, and I do believe that this is the end of the episode for this week. Unless am I missing anything?
Like I said, next week we'll definitely dive into that KOF presentation because there are some pretty good takeaways, pretty interesting takeaways from it.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Oh, and you know what happened that had no interesting takeaways at all? The Arc System Works presentation at Tokyo Game Show. They kind of didn't review anything for Guilty Gear Strive, even though they said there was going to be a big patch coming up in October. So
also,
we'll see what happens there.
The full game list is out for Frosty Faustings, and registration is open. So 25 games. Definitely check them out if you feel up to traveling this winter. It should be interesting.
For sure. So, that's this week's episode of Best of 5. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you again, DJ Cream, for your sub gifts. Thank you, everybody, for playing along with Black Crab. Send us an email, will you? bestofvshow@gmail.com. Just talk to us or something. Sorry, Steve.
Let me throw one more thing in there before
Go
we
for
go.
it.
I just threw a link into the chat for our YouTube channel. If you are if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hey, subscribe. You know, we put all of our episodes up there. We put all of our interviews up there. And if we hit 100, we get to actually make a custom link for our channel. We're at 97 right now.
Yep, we're three subscriptions away from our YouTube channel to get more perks. So please go subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can put out more fun stuff over there as well.
Yeah, and we can actually be Best of V Show on YouTube because now we're that collection of characters that you see below.
Yep.
So,
And one last thing. Sorry, I do want. It just hit my brain. And,
this is the show that never ends.
Wait, we made 100 subscriptions on YouTube. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody. We did it. We're at 101.
102!
102, baby. We did it. By the way, I do want to give a big shout out to Matthew and the crew over at Botchamania. We're featured in their episode that was released, I think, either on Sunday or Monday. So please go watch. Tell them we said hello. Matthew hit me up after we did the interview with Max when we used a clip of his show, and he used the clip of our show on his show. So, hey, big thanks to Matthew and the crew over there. And by the crew, I mean probably just Matthew. I'm not entirely sure if he has a team or not. But anyway, we're featured on Botchamania. We're famous. We did it. Steve, high five.
Hey.
Oh, okay. All right. This has been another episode of Best of 5. My name is Elon. This is my social media information here. This is the main squeeze, Steve Ace King Offsuit Jurek. Steve, you can follow him at Ace King Offsuit on Twitter. And go check out some of his schedules over at juke.gg. Anything I'm missing? Oh, and big thanks to Sharpie. She couldn't be here this week, but she'll hopefully be with us next week. Big congrats to Sharpie on her presence at the Invitational, the Panda Invitational, and raising some money for breast cancer research fund, right? I think that was the charity they were raising for. So big congrats to Sharpie on that. Hopefully she'll be with us next week. That's been the show. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you next week. Steve, say the thing.
Good night, Canada.